gonna stay on top of the music here, in case y'all ain't figured that out. And we just gonna let the break roll for a minute. What's the title of this? Cause I only know the hook. For people that can't hear it, you'll hear it on the SoundCloud joint. It'll be posted by tomorrow, unlike the last 2 weeks. Hey, we be working hard. This when this Busta and Redman in? Yeah, that's what I thought. Right, there you go. Great time in hip hop. Great time in hip hop. Was clown.
Maybe I need a mic.
You might need a mic, dog.
Maybe I need a mic.
You got so hype off the song. Forgot while we were here. Scoppers.
What's
we
up?
out here.
I was sitting there looking like, why can't I hear myself? Like,
right.
Well, I need a mic.
Coach Shaka Johnson, what up with you, man? Up there taking care of business in the training world, also in the FedEx drivers world. Yeah, man, it's out cold out here. Yeah, hey, my man Pitts. Yeah, we go back with some classic tracks on a regular basis on here. Scalper Sports Report, man. It's a great time in the sports world, man. It's always something from a newsworthy aspect. Of course, sports in itself. A little bit of pop culture, and I just want to throw a little bit out there in the hip hop world first and foremost, because I got a chance to listen to an interview with a kid by the name of Problem. He's out of the West Coast, Compton kid. He's got a joint album with DJ Quick that's just cold. He's got a couple joints. If you hear it, you'll understand. It'll probably be kind of familiar if you listen to like satellite radio, stuff like that, man. But it's one of the realest kind of like newer cats that I've heard in an interview on satellite radio on Shade 45.
What was this?
It was today actually with Rude Jude. One of the things he mentioned. Yeah, I usually try to catch that. And one of the things he mentioned that made me realize that he's just a thorough artist. He's like, there's not enough respect for the elder MCs, to make a long story short. Younger artists don't get them, they do. And when I heard him say that, I said, man, I'm going to go ahead and listen to this cat. That's usually all you care to hear.
Right.
I don't care what your style is. As long as you got respect and know how the gap was bridged more or less from young artists to new artists and old artists to new artists, or however you want to look at it, that's all I really care about. What's up, Danielle? What up? My man Lou Dobbs out there. That's Lou Andre from Western. Lou Andre checked in real quick. What up, Maurice? My man Reese out there, of course, on the road. And my cousin Tone Newkirk out there in Cali. Yeah, man. So it's good to see cats in the hip hop world. We talking about the West Coast. We talking about the West Coast, Tone. We talking about my man Problem out there in LA. So always good to hear some West Coast cats, and I've been heavy in a little bit more West Coast here and there with the LA Leaker show through Shane 45.
On Sunday.
Yeah, man, it's good. It's good to work out too and all that kind of stuff. So it's dope. So yeah, man, and that's not a whole lot of music that's floating around right now.
Yeah, right.
Not recent. No, I'm talking about in the last week. There ain't really been a lot of big releases.
Big Crit.
Well, Crit, yeah, but you gotta be a real one to know.
Nah, man, really people know Big Crit, but Big Crit he independent now, so he don't have that push from the major label, which he wasn't getting in the first place.
He wasn't getting it anyway. So if you just love that kind of hip hop period, then you go love Crit's album. It ain't nothing. Crit album is what you expected. It's not you ain't gonna get that buzz per se. Yo Gotti got some new music out. It's typical Yo Gotti. It ain't nothing to that. Actually, I discovered the Locks got kind of like a little EP that dropped. About 6 tracks on it. Typical Locks. Locks still doing their thing. My aunt Tammy checking in. What's up? And she out there in Atlanta. And of course, my man Greg up in Detroit. What up, though? And so it's a couple. It's if you're in the Ty Dolla $ign, he got some new stuff out. Snoop got another. Snoop might have more albums than anybody.
Dog, Snoop be putting out. His Snoop last album that he put out last year wasn't bad, dog.
The last few years.
Yeah.
He just snuck some albums in on you with some hits.
Chris Brown got a new album out. That mug is like 45 tracks.
I saw Angela, the Queen, post about that.
What up?
Yeah, she said that she was like, it's like 45 minutes long. Which
45
no,
songs.
it's 45 songs on 2 hours long.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I saw that. I'm like, yikes, this cat about to go in.
That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Well,
perfect album, 10 to 13 songs, because that means I get in, I get out, and then I can move on.
And I can do it again, and then they gonna take that.
I don't want to hear. I'm sorry, I don't want to hear 2 hours worth of your music. I don't care who you are. My favorite artist, I don't want to hear 2 hours of their music straight.
Not so much. that's pretty factual right there. Yeah. Was now if you're into like cats like Future and Young Thug, they got a joint album that dropped. Tiger got another album that dropped.
For me and a no for me.
Yeah, I'm not really. I could never. I tried Tiger's last album. I couldn't really get into it. A lot of it is just a matter of what your taste, what your taste is. You know what I mean? Like 21 Savage and Offset and Metro Boomin got a joint album. I mean, like I said, it all depends on what your taste is, what you want. Am
I going to like rob somebody high? Zoot it up my mind, because that's what's I'm gonna need to listen to if I'm gonna do that.
And let me scale back. Not a joint album. They actually have a joint. No, they have.
No, it's a joint project.
Album.
It's a project. Yeah.
Oh my Jesus.
For the Backpack Heads, Blue and Exile got a joint. The Beginning, Before the Heavens. So anybody who know about Blue and Exile, Below the Heavens.
Wow.
This is that. And who else got one? True Mo Backpack Heads for your boy. Conway got a joint with Green Lantern, so I'm gonna have to check that out because
that's dope.
I like Conway.
Yeah. Now, my man Lou and what up Johnny, Cody alum. What up Barry? Of course, my man Barry out in New England, past fan, everything in Boston, everything New England with Barry. And but Lou said Boogie just signed with Shady.
Yeah, They in that next little wave. Boogie. Conway, Westside Gunn.
Boogie with the hoodie?
Nah.
Just Boogie.
It's Boogie.
Good. Because I'm not a fan of Boogie with the hoodie after this last.
That's a Boogie with the hoodie.
A Boogie with the hoodie, which is the dumbest name in rap. Sorry.
I don't mind it.
I do.
Well, he kind of only go by A Boogie, but
Yeah, he's starting it up.
He came out as A Boogie with the hoodie.
Right. So, and then he jumped the bass guy. How you gonna jump the bass guy, dog?
Yeah, they did.
That was weak as hell.
Him and his crew did.
That was weak as hell, dog. You can't take like some more or less like social media beef, dog. Yeah. It ain't even beef. It's the bass guy. He ain't hurt nobody.
Nah, all he said, he made a comment about New York rap. They took it away because young dudes take everything you say. They don't know the meaning of criticism or
right. Whatever. How soft are you?
So they took it away and then they jumped him at a concert. But it was the worst. I seen the video. It was the worst jump ever, dog.
That be the other part.
Like they wasn't even stumping him right.
How you don't stump nobody right? That means you don't really want to do it.
I listened to a podcast. They was like, dog, you see how they stump? Like you can't stump nobody with Yeezys. Oh, this is the Joe Budden podcast. They said it. He was like, man, you can't stump nobody with Yeezys and skinny jeans on. You can't even move your legs.
Right, you can't get no leverage.
And then he like you stumping somebody with Yeezys. He's like you stumping them with foam or sponges on your feet.
Right. Man, he cleared that up. Luke cleared that up. Not A Boogie. Thank God. My cousin Janita out there in Charlotte. What up, baby? And Kev up there in Detroit. What up, Kevin? And yeah. Thanks for helping that clear that up, Lou. Not A Boogie. Yeah, that dude's a clown for that. Straight clown.
Yeah, I mean, I like some of his music.
And my cousin Terrell, he said that we mess with T Grizzly. Yeah, we get T Grizzly some love, of course. We on the streaming and all that. Yeah, we got to do that. We know that sound too well, and he's done it, and he's actually been able to find a lane with it.
Definitely.
He what most Detroit cats should have done a long time ago is to branch out. Ain't no reason why Detroit shouldn't at least been hitting a lot of opening acts or open mic nights all throughout the Midwest. It's not that long of a drive. If you got money like that, you're already in the streets. You should be opening up for cats. You should be doing stuff like that. This I'm talking about 15 years ago. Rock Bottom Street, Lord Cheddar Boys. Y'all could have been out here. We loved y'all. People would have accepted it, just like we accept Oakland rap. We've accepted different little small pockets of rap. Somebody go like it.
Yeah, our problem is sometimes we hold each other down, like we don't pub each other the way we're supposed to, things of that nature.
I've learned, and I learned it from one of the best groups of all time, Little Brother, that it don't matter where you're from. If you're in a smaller market, like a niche kind of like hip hop market, they're not gonna give you that kind of love.
Remember, he was like, people that go global but come back to your hometown will still be called local.
Yeah. Like Little Brother is one of the best rap groups ever. Like if they came back out right now, they could sell out like small stadium. Like I won't say small stadium, but like a bomb factory here.
You ain't got to convince me.
We've been on this train for a long time.
I'm gonna be there first day. Like, what's up?
Exactly.
With my Tigolo shirt on. Let's get it.
Exactly. And, oh, my man D Ghost. We were just talking about you the other day, dog. Talking about the Porous Cats. D Ghost just chimed in. He said I need to get on that show ASAP. Little brother Spit. Hell yeah. You know, you gotta know it. I went through their whole catalog like last week. Just I be at work so long that I have to sometimes go through a person's whole. If you want to get 12, 13 hours, you can go through a whole catalog in a day, and it's nothing. But yeah, man. But yeah. My man Rob Pitts, he said T Grizzly jump line. Hey, T Grizzly is on that wave. He's maximizing his opportunity.
That's what you got to. In music now, dude. If you got a wave, you got to take it. Especially if you got your kind of your own wave, and you know you're not jumping somebody else's wave.
Right.
You got to get it and get it quick because you know. Microwave society, everybody. True. We own you today, we off you tomorrow,
and diverse it. You know what I mean? Whether it be hook up with the sneaker world, hook up with the fashion piece or apparel. You know, a lot of these cats they got a cat like a Tech Nine who old school and every right possible, but perfected the independent side of it to a T. There's nothing that him and his team doesn't eat off of. Right. Period. So I'm not a Tech Nine fan. I'm a fan of Tech Nine. Yeah. I'm not a Tech Nine fan. Yeah. No, and that's okay. But it's like the way he do it. What's up, Damon? Damon Cooper. Dallas Cat. But yeah, you don't have to do that to respect what it is. And other than that, man, like you said, Mano had a new joint that dropped, and it's typical Mano. He got some kind of like newer production, and Mano got bars though. That's one thing I respect, and he got a great story behind him, man. But so did 10 years in the joint. And staying consistent, man. Got some hits though. Mano got hits that put money in your pocket damn near forever. My cousin said, "Please explain the Cardi B fad." There's no explaining it. She caught a wave.
And
she came real though.
Yeah, she's her. She's authentic.
That's what I love. That
she's not trying to be Nicki or anybody else. She's herself, and
right.
The Cardi you see today is the Cardi you saw on the internet
5 years ago.
The Cardi you saw on Love and Hip Hop. The Cardi you saw stripping and start stripping, and then that would be on different videos. It's the same person. Yeah. She just
new teeth, probably a new
she still talk like she from the Bronx, and
she funny as hell.
Yeah, so
I can't listen to a full conversation with her without laughing.
Her music is made for people to get up and move to being, you're going to hear it in the clubs. You're going to hear that in that environment. I mean, there's women in hip hop, but there's not many women who get
not like that. Like Rhapsody is at the top, period. If we go section it off as female MCs, Rhapsody is at the top, period. There are a couple other women you can put in there.
I like Rhapsody. I like her new album. But Rhapsody's also been in this game since like 07, 08.
Word.
So she's not new. So it's like, she finally got her, her foot to where, her sound, and she got some good people around, with Knife, but then she's also got collabs with Kendrick Lamar. So she got a lot of good influences around her. You could tell that her music has grown.
Word.
So yeah, that's my thing. But she's not new into the game. So it's like, but she's new to most people.
Well, she's new to most people.
Yeah, she's new to most people, but she's not.
She been out there for a while.
Cardi is new to the hip hop game, so that's a new, fresh voice that you're hearing. But yeah,
and then a couple of other people got thrown out there. D Ghost throws out Lil Roddy and Jamal. They some cats out of New Orleans. He said they good. They worth checking out. And this and I trust D Ghost, because me and D Ghost used to have a tape player. Back in high school, me and D Ghost used to have a tape player of what's Ghostface's first album?
Iron Man.
We used to have Iron Man, because we used to have Iron Man and Only Built for Cuban Links going off the tape player, stopping and rewinding that joint. Like, dog, did you hear that?
As you should.
And hit the line again, dog. Did you hear what he just said? And we'll be on the phone doing this, dog.
As you should.
Like at 14. So I trust D Ghost with that.
That's cool. I'm with it. I
trust him with that. We go check him out. So yeah, man, we always like to show a little love within, the hip hop world and kind of, see what's going on in that regard. But man, it's some good music out there. I think a lot of it too, because I usually stay you know, I kind of keep my head tucked in a little bit and see what I like to listen to, what dropped. But I don't, you know, music is different, man. You know, they market and promote, you know, the Lil Uzis and the Yachty's and all that.
See,
but
that's what the first thing you got to do is you can't look for them to market it to you. You got to get out there.
You got to go find it, dog.
Go find it. And, you know, you get it from listening to different pods and stuff like that.
That's word.
Something to check out.
Should
be in town also in December. But, yeah. No, this month.
Damn, okay, bet. So, all right, we're going to keep our eyes on that because, you know, shit, we stay in concerts around this joint.
Man, what we got going on in these sports?
Man, look, NBA is in a good swing. What you say? What you about to say?
We might as well start with the big boy in the room because it's Game 7 of the World Series.
Oh, I was gonna leave that to the middle.
Nah, man, we might as well. Come on, dog. You know we ain't gonna have a long run on baseball.
Not so much.
We got to go ahead and get that in. You know.
Well, either or. This is. Oh my Jesus. Houston up by 5-0.
Only the bottom of the second.
Quick. That's quick though.
Hey, that's true. That mean they got that Yu Darvish
fast.
They got a U.
Them wheels came off of you.
Yeah, they did.
Them wheels came off quick.
Yeah, but it's Game 7, so Kershaw is probably gonna pitch today.
Yeah, he's definitely.
It's all hands on deck. Only person you probably won't see is Verlander because he pitched yesterday.
Yeah. And he, you know what? For the 6. I'm gonna just say for the 6.5 he gave them, that was legit. I personally say they should have pulled them going into the 6. Well, even when they saw the seams cracking, I'd have pulled them.
Once he got that first batter on, once at the beginning of the inning, you got that batter on, and you could tell it's a rope to the outfield, and you got no outs. Hey. Yep. You don't got time to see if he can get it back. Let's go to the fresh arm because you're dealing with a one-run lead. Now, like I say, remember I was telling you last night that Houston also squandered opportunities early in like the 3rd or the 4th where they had bases loaded, no outs, and couldn't get that run support for Verlander because you can pitch different when you got run support because you're not worried about making a mistake.
Yep.
So,
and it ran tight right up until that point. And Houston just couldn't get the bats going. They could not get the bats going whatsoever.
But shit, the bats went to work the night before.
They sure damn did.
So
they sure damn did. So, you know, and they needed to because that game, didn't that go into 10? I want to say that one went into 10, but
they went to 10. Yeah, but shit, it was what, a 12-11 victory?
That's 13. Yeah, 13-12, won 10 innings.
Yeah.
So for that, and that's never a surprise to me. To kind of see the bats calm down a little bit the next day. Even when you see it in the regular season, you see a team go 15 runs, you're like, these next couple games, it's going to be a little dry. So you better hope the pitching is right. But, you know, you still got to appreciate it, man. Actually on both sides because the next night, I mean, L.A. worked hard for 3 runs, being real. They worked hard as hell for 3 runs. They had a lot of opportunities. They had one, they only had 1 home run, and the other two runs were RBIs. So, they work hard as hell for it, but both sides played well on defense. They were active in the outfield. Nothing came easy on either side. The only thing that hurt Houston was just Verlander had a couple seams. He cracked at the seams a little bit. Yeah. Start throwing in the dirt a little too much, and then that's when you
start. Once you give up that first one, you start feeling pitchers, man. You start feeling the chink, and you like, okay, now I got to make up for this one, so I got to do this one. So now I might throw harder, or I'm trying to throw this slider in the perfect spot. It hit the dirt. I'm trying to, I lose some control. Plus, it's just
and take heat off.
Yeah,
and that's not what you want. Period. But you still got to give you got to give your just due to LA first and foremost. The team that's been put together, the poise that they have, and they just had a stellar season. They had a historical season, just period. Yesterday, damn, who hit that run last night? I was trying to see who it was that hit that homer last night. Man, I want to say, can't remember dog name, man. It was on. No, it was Hill. I want to say it was Hill.
No, Rich Hill was the pitcher.
No, what was weird to see Verlander at bat. That was weird as hell.
Yeah, because you're just not used to seeing it. Right.
It was weird as hell. Like I never really think about the rules changing when you go into the other the other side of the leagues.
But you know what happens when they end up having to pitch, they just end up like then just go stand there. Just go stand there. Don't do nothing special. Just be there. Just don't.
It was Peterson with that homer yesterday. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. I'm like, man, I know. I'm sitting there thinking of it in this right on the tip of my tongue. Pause. But yeah, you got Houston is over LA right now, 5-0. It's the top of the second, and pitching's gonna have to hold up, and they can win an epic one, man, right in LA. Take their hearts out, disappoint some fans, send some kids home crying, but
boy,
it's been a long time for
get
LA.
That World Series, you already know who about to be lit.
Well, Houston can use it. That's the beautiful thing about sports is when you have, and we saw it with New Orleans
after they won when they won the Super Bowl.
Man, you've seen that even in tougher cities. I mean, us being from Detroit to see the Pistons win and be successful during the time where it was like people jumping ship, leaving the city, leaving the state, and this and that. But you had a team that you could ride with, and it's an entertainment factor. It gives
you something to take your mind off reality. It gives you something to kind of rally behind the city, uplift the city. I can only imagine. Remember after 9/11 and New York played in the World Series, but they ended up losing to Arizona. Could you imagine if New York would have won that one? It'd have been just that, like I say, no, it does not change anything that's going on. It doesn't, none of that.
It's a factor.
But it just is something that's, it's those special year type things.
Yeah, and that's what you got to appreciate about it all. Man. So I'm all for it. So Houston, Houston strong and the whole nine. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a beautiful thing if they close this game out. The parade, the just everything that comes with it, man. It's gonna be a nice long, and usually you playing being a Hoops fan. It's usually a nice long summer of enjoying it, but. In this case, it'll be a nice long holiday for Houston Astros fans. They'll be able to enjoy that, man. So that's a city that can use a little bit of a bit of a pick me up.
You already know Tasha gonna be out there. What? She gonna be on 300.
Oh man, 350.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be good to see that. Right now, top of the third, no outs, and. Yeah, man, Houston, if they get a couple more runs, boy, they could turn this thing out quick. They can turn this thing out real quick. So we're going to keep our eye on that right now. Of course, it's Game 7. If you don't know, man, get from up under your rock. You want to go into this NBA thing?
All right, let me give a quick update. We go to that. Western up 21-7.
Thank you for that.
On Central. Man, it's cold. Man,
is it raining?
Yeah, it's raining.
I figured it was.
And it's in Kalamazoo.
Central Western weekend. Well, yeah.
It ain't week. No.
Technically, it's still what's
why is this on a Wednesday?
The Mac started doing it. They found a way to get more viewers.
Games on TV. That's true. Man, I remember Western Central weekend. We had a riot, I don't want to call it a riot in the city, but tear gas got fired one of them years. And through that,
cars were flipped.
Yeah,
and I think it was even the night that they won. That was a crazy part.
I was living over in Concord at that moment, boy.
But see, this was down there in that I forget what street it was off of. Right, it's kind of like a little row of houses. But I remember,
it was down there by over by Knollwood, off where the Jimmy Johns and built all of that.
That's what
that
I'm
street
saying.
Going down there. I
can't
remember the name of the street.
But shoot, I don't know if you remember Danitra. Her car got flipped.
Oh, word?
She had a Saturn. That bad boy.
It's a Saturn.
It was a photo Saturn. That bad boy got flipped. I'm like, damn, her car light as hell.
Satellite. Two people.
The satellite, yeah.
Get it.
She had the photo boy, but still, though. That boy was hollow as hell.
Yeah.
Get that GM discount, though.
Right.
But yeah, man. So yeah, Central Western weekend.
But these fans, they out there, they shivering and stuff, and I'm sitting there thinking like, let's see, if this was 1998,
wouldn't have been your boy.
Like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and watch this one on TV.
Hey, order some Papa John with that. We going into that next.
Who gonna order some Papa John?
I did.
Oh, back in that time.
Back in them days, I had and make up coupons.
I'd have ordered Hungry Howie's, but that's just me.
That's more than legit. Let's get into the Papa John's thing. No,
let's rock it.
If anybody don't know,
Papa John's.
Man, yeah, seriously though. What's the guy name?
Man, I sent a message on it today.
Cause I be so busy sitting here calling him Papa John, but here we go. I just saw it too. So, make a long story short, the owner and creator of Papa John's has basically blamed low pizza sales or just low sales on the NFL's controversy. Okay,
he pulled his ads, all the NFL related ads. He pulled them,
and not to the point where it's like, hey, let me go ahead and maybe try new things. Let me go ahead and maybe, see about boosting sales in other ways. He's been continuously, he pushes the Peyton Manning thing. He pushes, J.J. Watt's been on, some of his commercials. Hell, Jerry Jones, I'm going to say Jerry Jones been on one or something like that.
Wouldn't doubt it.
So,
Papa John's, it's a popular brand.
Extremely popular. The dude's a multi-millionaire, okay? And he's totally perfected the pizza game. Now, let's give you that. However, what you also come with is also a dude who back in the day, when it was time for that, providing health care for your employees, so on and so forth, or, paying towards it, he was one of the first ones. Yeah, he was one of the first ones came out against it. Walmart, too. A lot of people don't know that. It was a whole list of companies. So I always kept that in the back of my head with Papa John's, and it was like, I ain't really want to be yelling out boycott, 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 strike, 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 whatever the case. But if I see that I don't like how you get down, I could politely just not support you. It's really that easy. I don't need to make a post about it.
Yeah, I ain't got to scream boycott. Because me saying I'm boycott Papa John's, there's not a boycott because I don't buy Papa John's in the first place. Yeah. I don't really care for it.
It ain't,
So that's not a boycott.
No point I'm not to announce it.
Me saying, exactly. If I was saying it, it'd just be to make a post about it. I'm not even make a statement because I wouldn't be making a statement because I'm not eating it because of I don't agree. I'm not eating it because it's
truth be told, it's mediocre pizza.
Right.
Let's be real.
In college, it was great because I can get one for $6.
Just totally make up a coupon.
Right.
So, but when it comes down to something like this, now you just sound like a punk. To be honest with you, you just sound like a bitch, and all the money you have, you can't find ways to get people to eat this, average ass pizza. Your pizza average as hell, dog. Let's be real. You're not ahead of the pizza game because of how good it is. It's because you market well. You got a great commercial. People know the colors. They see you in the red shirt. You got the Peyton Manning thing going. You got those type of factors that says, I'll go ahead, the partnering up with the NFL. You got the NFL commercial, blah, blah, blah. That's what people love. Even when, any sports season kicks in, even like during March Madness, you all over the place.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. You doing your thing.
People order pizza and, that's now, I guess he's trying to correlate it with viewership being down for the NFL. So the people who would normally watch NFL, because they don't, when you're watching games on the weekend, you don't leave, so you order pizza. So, he's trying to make that correlation.
What it is. That's cool.
And that's, whatever.
But dog.
But it's also a bunch of people who not watching football for or a list of other reasons. I know people who said they're not watching it because of the whole health issues and CTE that they finally, they see that correlation. Some don't watch it because of domestic violence. A lot of people aren't watching it because of how Cap is being treated. So it's a whole, it's a whole bunch of factors out there of why the NFL viewership is down. It ain't solely because, hey, well, if you keep your players in line and tell them to stand up, like we wouldn't have these problems. You probably would, because if you come at your players like that, those problems are going to manifest somewhere else.
Easily.
I think the players will find a way to do something else.
Period.
But
it's and one thing that never comes up with the NFL, they never come up with a way to say, how can we get ahead of this situation for the greater good of humanity? How can we bridge the gap from a love aspect or, community aspect with the police and our 70% black league? Just start there. Conversations can be had.
You know what's funny, though? Well, I ain't going to say it's funny, but it's kind of, they talked about it. I think it was Pablo Torre and Bomani today. They kind of said, they was like, because they were talking about this whole situation. They was like, by week 2, you knew the protests were going to be going in this season. They were like, by week 2, people had kind of, it was what it was. It wasn't getting all the fans. It was still out there, but it's a story that's always going to be talked about. The story didn't come back full stream until Trump called them SOBs.
Period.
And then that changed the whole narrative of what was going on. So that's when it really intensified because, the kneelings went down last year.
Oh,
and remember what I said? I was like, coming in this year, you're still going to have people kneel, but it's not going to be the exact same as last year because the newness won't be there.
No.
And then you could kind of see it. They weren't even really, you still have some networks that say, okay, you had this many people kneel, but they weren't reporting every week. Phil Newkirk kneeled and Brandon kneeled and this person kneeled. It was just like, okay, yeah, you got some players kneeling. We know some players are going to kneel. Your Marshawn Lynch's, your Bennett's, your Michael Jenkins, a lot of those, the Malcolm Jenkins, they're going to kneel because they've been doing it from the rip.
Yeah.
Then once you got that other dynamic that came in, now you got players like, oh, word? Now we really about to. Then you got the Texas owners Houston Texans owners.
That's what Rob was just talking about. He said, the inmates.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, the inmates are running the asylum.
Now you add that comment in. Players, now they really doubling down. Like now, but like I say, now the point of kneeling isn't even support with Kaepernick's whole initial protest was. Now it's we against this guy, and we just going against everybody who's going against us.
It's turned into like a large racial umbrella, which ultimately is, I guess you could put it, whether it be the police, the lack of support of black and brown folks being mistreated by police officers. There's a lack of support there, so that's a part of the umbrella. Pretty much rich white football team owners, football franchise owners who think they own people. You don't own people. You own a football franchise that people play for, but there are different people that play for you all the time. If somebody wants to leave and become a dentist, you don't own that person. They can do whatever they want to do. And the funny part is, even with the concept of kneeling in itself, that was solidified through a former armed services member, a former veteran.
Told them, that was like, kneeling
is the actual respectful way to do it.
Right.
And no serviceman or woman has come out and said otherwise. I thought 99% of the time, if you see a comment on any social media platform, you got one person that's super patriotic, they disrespecting the flag. And people that may pop their head are like, yo, I serve. There's actually no disrespect at all. This is actually right. You can't tell people that.
You kneel at somebody's gravestone. You kneel at somebody,
Yeah, and why a person is kneeling, which is primarily, still going to touch one of those sections of that umbrella, which there are other pieces to it, which is all their right to do, but this is not being helped by the ownership throughout the NFL, by the front office of the NFL, by politicians, mainly the president and the vice president, who also added fuel to the fire like an ass.
That fake.
I
left because you was already leaving.
That was all the whole plan. Taxpayer dollars were wasted. Their money. We wasted our money on this. I mean, I file exempt most of the time throughout the year. That's not the point. The point of the matter is, federal dollars are used for your goofy ass to go to a game to act like you were just so disrespected and you had to leave. No, you weren't. You weren't staying anyway. Just be real. Because either A, you're leaving because, Peyton Manning's whole, congratulatory ordeal was going to be over with and you had to probably be somewhere else. And that's fine. People won't even be mad at that so much. President Obama has sat in front row at Georgetown games and Washington Wizards games. Dog, nobody cares. You got a president now that golfs pretty much weekly. There's still a running tab of how much money is used just for him to golf weekly. So you going to a football game was not going to bother anybody. Just don't be a sucker ass and act like you just left because your feelings was hurt. So aside from that, to add more fuel to the fire, Brian Hoyer just got signed by the Patriots.
Oh, you knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. Brian Hoyer's horrible.
No. See, this ain't what it's for, bro.
What is it for? Besides them getting rid of Garoppolo.
I trade Garoppolo because they weren't going to be able to keep Garoppolo.
Oh, hell no.
They weren't going to be able to pay him the money and pay.
He's about to get
you
that
can't
money.
have $40 million tied up in your quarterbacks.
Nope.
in the salary cap league. It couldn't happen.
And good for him though.
And,
he need to go.
He gonna go to San Fran. He probably will not be good in San Fran because San Fran is not good.
Yeah,
but okay, so we trade Garoppolo. We get a second round pick. We get a backup that we're gonna pay pennies, who knows our system because he's played here before and who's very happy holding the clipboard. I hope I never play. I just want to sit on the sideline, send in the calls, and be happy.
I'm not arguing that whatsoever. I accept that, and I challenge that with the fact Cap ain't got a job, and bums like Hoyer keep getting signed.
Once again, it's a difference.
Right?
Because Hoyer played in that New England system for years as the backup to Brady. I'm not bringing you in to compete, bro. I am bringing you in to just hold the clipboard and pray that my quarterback that you don't ever have to get in the game.
Because it's really, that's an L.
Yeah.
That's an L.
And I can pay you nothing.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to do. I want to be able to pay my backup quarterback nothing so I can put money into all these other positions that I need on my field.
That you really need in that New England offense. You need
in that defense.
Oh, definitely defense.
Right.
Definitely
that's
defense.
What that is. That's New England's thing. New England.
Funny thing about New England, offensively, they ain't been killing it. It's the defense that actually been holding stronger.
Nah, the offense their defense was trash the first few weeks.
Yeah, the first couple weeks. But then they tightened up. The offense been mediocre.
At this point, what's the name? New England's going to do what New England does. One, they play in the NFC East. So you got the bum-ass Dolphins, the bum-ass Jets, and the bum-ass Bills.
Bum-ass Dolphins, though.
Oh, no, the Bills ain't really bum-ass.
No, the Bills are better this year.
The Bills are pretty decent, actually. They just made a big trade for Kelvin Benjamin. So that should be interesting to see if they start throwing the ball. But they've had receivers before, and they didn't really utilize them like that because that was the same thing with Sammy Watkins. They had him, and he was he could be that weapon, but they didn't. But then they also, before they settled in on Tyrod
E.J. Manuel
Taylor,
had happy feet too, though.
Man, E.J. Manuel is horrible.
Yeah, happy feet. He wasn't. He's not. He wasn't the pocket QB.
Boy, that was a bad quarterback draft. He came out the right year, but that quarterback draft was so horrible that year he got drafted. It was him and I forgot who else got drafted, but they weren't good. They shouldn't have been first round draft picks.
None of them. That's wild. Another shocking thing that's going on right now is, I won't say shocking, and I actually was about to jump to, the NBA too quick because it's still, we already in the NFL piece.
Yeah.
Just to kind of give everybody a glimpse of what's going on. Like you said, Buffalo's actually good. They're 5-2. Just half game behind New England. You've got Jets 3-5.
Which is a surprise because people thought the Jets was going to probably win one game all year.
Yeah, and you know what? They winning some games. They all right. I mean, that's just it, though. So, and same concept with Miami. Miami, they came out hot. They did. Now they got rid of their starting running back, and they're about to be trash.
He wasn't gonna be there for long. They was gonna get rid of him in the end he wasn't gonna be there after the season anyway. They look at him as damaged goods. No, because he got 2 bad knees already. He came in with bad knees. He just happened to have a dog season last year, but they looking at it probably like, let's sell while we can get something for him.
And they go stink even worse.
Yeah,
it's really about to go down.
So stink with you all this year, then I lose you next year because I'm getting rid of you, or it's a team that can be like, hey, I see something in you. And he may go to Philly because now that he's not the focal point, because we can throw the ball. They can throw the ball in Philly. They can run the ball. They got an offensive line. So now he's not. You can't load up the box on him. So now he gives Philly that extra weapon that they need to control offenses.
You only need to get him like 600 yards the rest of the season type of deal. Right. Think about it. Kale, they halfway through it. He ain't got to do a whole lot. And Wentz can throw that boy. It's just another threat. And I don't know if he could throw. I don't know if he catches out the backfield a lot though. I can't say I know that. Yeah, I know he runs well, but I don't really. Yeah, I ain't watched Miami enough to know that. But even if they didn't, just another weapon. So that's it. That's what you got. AFC East wise, AFC North controlled by Pittsburgh pretty much. They 2 games over Baltimore. Cleveland ain't won a game though. They were at the bottom of that.
Dude, we gotta talk about Cleveland. See, they tried to make the trade for AJ McCarron, which would have been an upgrade, and did not get the damn trade in to the league office in time. League business closed yesterday at 5:00.
Yeah, dog. I thought that
they
was a
did
joke.
not get it. They didn't. They had to trade. They agreed to it and everything.
Somebody blame Kevin Costner.
Wow. And did not get the damn trade in. Wow.
It's his fault.
I was like, how do you not? Like, soon as you agree to the trade, send it in right then.
Yeah, just be done with it. These fools are probably celebrating going to lunch.
No, you know what they did? They did Cleveland. They did what Cleveland.
Mistake by the lake.
Cleveland went Cleveland. That's what they
dumb
did.
as hell. That's dumb as hell. You
Like,
be the dumbest. This is the worst franchise ever, dog.
Wow, like how
Cleveland is the worst franchise ever. I get a
know.
Lions franchise a lot of shit, like from an ownership standpoint and the front office. They're nowhere near this bad. I give them shit because I grew up watching it. This is worse, far worse than that. How bad are you?
Today.
Huh?
I'm not discussing the Lions today.
That's fair. We're gonna do it anyway.
Not.
How bad are you as a franchise to stink all that time, with the exception of the Jim Brown years? You stink all the rest of this time.
And the Bernie Kosar early, mid 80s when they would lose to Denver, Ernest Biner.
I give you that. I give you that. You take them 2 arrows out of it, you pretty much stink. You're stinking it up constantly. No, garbage truck juice. Then you move. Win a Super Bowl. The franchise moved and won. The new Browns stunk like the old Browns. How terrible of a city is this? And I'm from Detroit.
You know how I feel about Cleveland.
We got far better sports than y'all. This is bad. Take LeBron in it. I'll give you that. Y'all want to throw LeBron in the mix? He left.
They only got one championship.
They got one championship. And stop it. Y'all, Cleveland sucks. Cleveland is terrible.
Do we want to compare rings?
No. At all. Period. They terrible. So, yeah, 0-8. I hope they go 0-16.
I do too.
I would love to see
I need
that.
another team to go on 16 to set my damn line.
You know they go bring some old Lions highlights back. They gonna be superseded by this. They gonna take the torch has been passed, dog.
And I'm gonna be like Mercury Morris when the team finally loses, being undefeated, so the Dolphins undefeated record stay.
Pop a bottle, baby.
I'm gonna be like, that's why they joined us. Yes.
It's just the total opposite.
Right.
AFC South, Tennessee and Jacksonville are tied for first. Actually,
Jacksonville got a defense.
Jacksonville's got a good team, man.
They can get
it's
a quarterback.
Very shocking. Yeah, it's very shocking that they actually got a good team. Tennessee has got a good team too, but it's gonna be good to see them duel it out. Ain't no telling what Houston's gonna do. They always usually find a way to win.
They might have the most competitive league this year, though.
Oh yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Because those 3 teams go beat up on each other
Houston,
for the rest of the season. Yeah, it's gonna come down to the wire with them.
Who was the other third team?
No, it's Houston, Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
They all about the same level of talent across the board.
Because Andrew Luck still can't throw.
That's what it is.
Because our arm still hurt.
Yeah, ain't nothing they can do about that. You got AFC West. Kansas City is on top of that, 6-2. Denver, Chargers, Oakland, all playing pretty mediocre. They are 3-5. It is what it is. Well, no, Denver's 3-4, but same thing. They are playing pretty mediocre. Nobody's really, Denver just is gonna have quarterback problems until maybe they can draft one. Most likely,
they're starting Osweiler this week,
and there you go. Chargers are funny because they show flashes of hope, of playing well and. And then they get the shit beat. Then they have a mistake that happened in the Patriots game and muff a punt. They totally had that game controlled.
Trade Phillip Rivers to Jacksonville.
Ooh!
Put Phillip Rivers with their receiver
with some young talent
and a running back.
Wow.
Jacksonville will crack some heads.
Jacksonville would crack some heads. But Phillip Rivers, damn, he ready to retire, dog. He close as hell. That would be amazing. For football, that would be amazing. NFC East, Philly, 7-1. Hottest team in the NFL, clearly. They got youth. They got depth, health, talent on all sides of the ball. D-line, straight studs, period. They got corners.
Yeah, they legit.
They legit as hell. And it's been in the making. You saw it last year. Really see it this year.
Yeah, Wentz taking that next step.
Football. Yeah,
Cleveland
I believe in Wentz from his days up in North Dakota State. The dude played.
You didn't know how he was going to transition just because the competition they played, but
yeah, and you never know. But I like the idea of a guy. He bring his team down to Frisco like year after year. Remember that every time. Right. Yeah, the D2 championship, always in Frisco. Always, see them North Dakota State buses, apparel. They go shut down Dave and Buster's at Stone Barn Mall. Hey, they come in here and rent.
Right off.
They come in here and rent stuff out. Like they bought it. They really about the Bison football world is about
it. Your team is here. You might as well enjoy it.
And they come in there warm winter weather. They can't wait to get the hell out of that damn tundra up there.
Even though December in Frisco can be cold.
It ain't colder than that. So that's like the summer when they come down here. But yeah, Philly doing their thing. You got still more mediocre to just trash play. Dallas and Washington pretty much go beat up on themselves. But the Giants are just they're done.
They have no receivers.
They're packing it in. And when OBJ went out, it was pretty much
they lost like 4 receivers in the same game.
Oh.
The game they lost OBJ, they lost Sterling Shepard, but I think he might be back by now. They had lost Brandon Marshall for the year. They lost OBJ for the year.
I didn't know they lost Marshall for the sheesh. Yep. The surprise out of the NFC to me would have, I won't say surprise, but they kind of was on the bubble already. Like Philly was Minnesota. Minnesota is taking control of the black and blue division, and they playing through it, man. They learn how to play through stuff every week. 6-2. That's a nice record. Green Bay's playing through with the loss of Rodgers. They playing through it best way they can, but
they played last week.
I don't think they played last week.
Okay, they played
week before that. They lost.
Yeah, they got Detroit this week on Monday night.
And and y'all need to go ahead and take care of that.
We do.
Go ahead and tie that up, because even to get this is that. I mean, as anybody will know,
it's a conference game. You got to get these.
You got to get these. Even to go fight for a wild card. This is
going to the
game
tundra.
You got to win.
Win your division. Win your league games. You got one because you already got one. You got one in Minnesota against the Vikings. Go to Green Bay. Get a win in the tundra. Go to Chicago when it's cold. Get a win there.
All wins that can.
You got to be able to go on the road.
Yeah,
you can win a division. Okay, then you good. You there we go.
And there's really no telling how Minnesota's going to play on the back end. You just don't know. So you can't. It's not like it's given to them. They've earned this 6-2.
Yeah, they have.
They've earned this 6-2. But to say what the next 8 games are going to be, it's not like they've just full out proven that they just this great of a team. No, but they've toughed it out, which is great. But at the same time, you don't know how this is going to turn out. So like you said, Detroit, they got enough talent to go ahead and win out. To be honest with you, they've had the toughness. I mean, hell, the Steelers game was a tough one for them. They couldn't score. The Steelers defense in the red zone stopped them. Man, they stopped them on 4 downs once. The rest were field goals. Big up to the Steelers defense for handling that. But they got to score, dog. They got to score a touchdown. They score a touchdown. That's a whole different night. It's a totally different night. It's a totally different night. Because other than that, truth be told, Detroit,
yeah.
What's up, Pam? Another Steelers fan. What's happening?
Ooh.
But the Detroit defense played well. AB ain't get off. That's what they really wanted, especially out of that secondary.
Yeah, but you gave up a 97-yard touchdown to Juju.
To Juju.
Right up the middle
20-year-old kid ain't even got a driver's license, boy. You took that thing. That outran the entire secondary. No sign of slowing down the whole time. That was the play of the game, clearly, because the rest of it was kind of back and forth.
Yeah.
They both get down, get close, kick a field goal. It's just kind of like the same thing on both sides. But, like I said, I took my hat off to the Detroit defense in the secondary. You very rarely see a good defense, especially with a good receiving core that they up against. They kept guys, defended well. There was just that one play, and that's what broke it up for them.
Side note, quick update. Top of the 4th, still 5-0 in the World Series. I told you Kershaw pitching. Kershaw came in the 3rd. So he's probably going to do 4 innings.
Easily.
Got to.
Easily.
But to down 5-0. So now you need your backs to wake up.
And that's a tough one.
It is.
That's a tough one. This is game 7.
It Yes.
And they've been playing hard as hell. And they ain't taking nothing away from LA Bass, but man, that's gonna be he need bass support like crazy
soon.
Like now, yeah, absolutely. Another surprise team, New Orleans. I thought New Orleans was gonna be watched for like the next 5 years, personally, till they maybe got until after Breeze retired. I had no faith in New Orleans being good whatsoever. Breeze has actually been playing like Breeze. They got
Defense
young
making
talent,
plays.
Defense making plays. That's one of the things Breeze really didn't have over the last few years is like a good defense. Be honest with you,
yeah.
He can throw the ball. One of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. Period. So now you can see it in their record.
They did the right thing trading AP. AP should have never signed there because they hit his run and their offense didn't fit.
Nah, it doesn't.
Not at all. New Orleans don't want to run the ball exclusively, run it 2-3 down. No, we gonna throw that thing because this is what my quarterback does. And
man,
I play to
they go full wide.
If more teams would play to the strengths of their talent on their squad, you'd see a whole totally different league.
Yeah, it'd be much more competitive.
It's the NFL, so it's kind of predictable in some places, and you're getting some who are getting out of the predictability. Like Philly does a lot of trick stuff, a lot of high offense, high, they get out there and they run. Kansas City, they're doing the same thing. You've seen a lot of shovel passes, you've seen a lot of this and that, a lot of different ingenuity in their play calling. Then you get with other teams in this. Y'all really gonna hand the ball off twice and y'all can't run the ball at all because you don't have an offensive line? Yes, it sounds like a Lions fan who just pissed off at the play calling from Sunday because that's what it is.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
And, Pam just jumped in about the Browns. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Stupid-ass Browns. But, yeah, you're right.
Browns don't brown.
Yeah, and Carolina's right behind New Orleans, which is interesting. It'd be fun to see how they play the rest of that.
Atlanta is
total drop off.
Well, they remember we said last week they changed their total. They changed their offense. You lose your coach. You lose your coach. He goes takes
and he probably shouldn't be a head coach.
Dog, he had a poor play call.
Terrible.
Then you're not utilizing your talent. You're not utilizing Julio. You're not utilizing Sanu. You're not utilizing Freeman or Tevin Coleman like you did last year. Well, you don't expect to because, like you say, it's two totally different offenses. But you're not playing to your strengths, like I just said. The other team who's surprising is Tampa Bay. Like you expected Tampa Bay to take that next step. They got a receiving core. They got friend of the show, Jameis.
See, Jameis got hurt. What week was that? 3?
Is he?
Yeah. I think Jameis playing right now, and that's just what it is. You see, he ain't been saying much.
Because when you losing, what is there to say? Jameis going Jameis. Nah, bro. Don't nobody want to hear that when you out here you ain't completing passes in the fourth or your team losing. You the QB, brother.
They scored 3 points in that last game, dog. And I'm about to see if he even played that game.
I think he did. I don't remember him being out.
Damn, that's wild.
But like I said, they run game kind of non-existent, and they can't get Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson going.
No, he playing. He's just stinking it up. 210 yards last weekend. He's just stinking it up. That's what it is. And this go fall on him as it should. But they're gonna have to tighten up, man. And other than that, you just got more garbage truck juice out of San Francisco. They ain't won a game. Can
we get two teams to go 0-16?
I was just thinking that. I kind of want to see that.
That'd be hype.
I kind of want to see because I don't give a damn. I don't care. I really don't. I wouldn't mind seeing it. It ain't gonna hurt me any. Still a lot of football left. 8 games, a lot of football left. Now we bought at the point of college playoff time.
Yeah,
we bought at that point.
The first ranking came out.
Right, we bought at that point. It's pretty much where I assumed it would be with Alabama.
I'm good with it.
Georgia.
No. Georgia, Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson. You're gonna do it. You got to do it right, brother. Georgia.
You say Georgia, Alabama.
Yeah, Georgia's the number 1 team this week. The first playoff poll got released yesterday. Georgia's number 1, Bama's 2, Notre Dame is 3, Clemson is 4.
So I didn't realize they moved Notre Dame up to 3 from 5.
Yeah. Oklahoma is 5, Ohio State 6, Penn State 7, TCU 8, Wisconsin 9, Miami's 10. Of course, people were, big thing like, well, Miami and Wisconsin are both undefeated. They're both ranked at at the 9 and 10
ain't
spot.
Played nobody, dog.
Wisconsin like played me. You,
right. Ain't
Frisco
played
High,
nobody. Right.
all the bum teams in the Big Ten.
the Valero gas station
Right.
club team. No, they ain't played.
Yeah, they ain't played nobody, and that's the whole thing. That's probably gonna hurt them, is because even if they go undefeated, it's a chance that if Notre Dame holds serve, Alabama hold theirs, Georgia or Alabama are going to have a loss because they're probably going to play each other in the SEC championship game. But if they both go in the SEC championship game undefeated, play a close game, like I was saying last week, you're gonna put, one loss, which who depend on who wins. So you trying to tell me a one-loss Bama wouldn't still make the playoffs?
They did before, and they will again. Especially if it's against Georgia.
Yeah. Like I say, Oklahoma, they can solidify. They can make a case for themselves this week if they beat Oklahoma State. Notre Dame still got a road to go because Notre Dame still got to play like Stanford. And,
when is that game? Oh my God!
Hold up, I'll tell you in a minute, brother. Notre Dame still has. They got Wake Forest this week. Oh, okay, so they got to play Miami. They got to play Miami. So Notre Dame still have to play Miami, Navy, and Stanford. The reason I say Navy is because Navy is a triple option team.
Triple option team, yeah.
And they just always play Notre Dame really good, really close. And like I say, the Stanford game, if Bryce Love is playing, that would be a tough game. But if Notre Dame runs the table the rest of these next 4 games and they go into their into the end of the season 11-1, I can't say Notre Dame don't deserve it because they got a 1-point loss to Georgia. They beat State, they beat SC, they beat NC State, they beat Miami, and then that means they beat Stanford. That means they'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins against top 25 teams.
That's the factor by itself.
Yeah,
that's killer.
You couldn't. I mean, many people. I mean, I don't really care for Notre Dame. But you couldn't hate on them getting it.
Hell no.
If they 11-1, they deserve it.
Hell yeah. Now, a couple of key games. Penn State coming off a loss that shouldn't have been.
They was up 14.
They going into East Lansing.
They done fucked themselves.
Yeah, royally. Totally did. They going into East Lansing. Now, not an easy place to play in. Michigan State still has won 6 games. So they got to go in there and play ball and play tough. Not saying Michigan State got a great team, but they've won 6 games, and you can't take that away from them kids. So that's going to be a game to pay attention to. I would say
because I want Michigan State to beat Penn State this week.
No, you're not. Now, if they beat Penn State, it's just been fool's gold the whole time. If they beat them, if they beat them, so. Yeah. And they still I
mean, Penn State ain't invincible. Penn State should have probably lost to Iowa earlier in the year, but they, last second touchdown. They, you win is wins and losses. They won, so
glad you brought up Iowa.
Like I say, Penn State ain't invincible. Iowa, they what Iowa? They're gonna be a bowl team, middle of the road Big Ten team. The whole Big Ten West is just horrible.
Well, Ohio State plays Iowa. Yeah. In Iowa. We know Iowa can kill some dreams.
Yeah, Iowa, man, Kinnick Stadium, dog. It's
another tough-ass place to play in.
One of those venues is like, dog, they always play strong at home.
Luckily, they playing in the daytime.
I think Ohio State hitting a stride, though.
I would agree.
I think they took the L against Oklahoma.
Bear looked like
and
Bear.
Now they are, because, I mean, he went 33 of 39 in the game against Penn State.
Ooh, lights out.
So, and like I say, they were down, 14 points at one point. Penn State jumped on them from the rip.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley ran off the kickoff.
And that's kind of what he does. He gets out there, he's ready to go from the start.
He can get you in so many different ways.
Hell yeah.
Moving him out the backfield as a slot receiver, kick returner, running back.
Whatever you want.
Wildcat, quarterback.
Is he your Heisman candidate? Is he your Heisman trophy winner?
Him and Bryce Love.
I'm riding.
People ain't
Barkley.
people
I like
don't.
Barkley.
Yeah, because he's at Penn State, so he's gonna get more pub and more airtime. People ain't really watched Stanford because they games come on so late. Pac-12 after dark. Bryce Love.
And I'm guilty of that.
They played last
week. You and Sherrod better than that.
They played last week, and he didn't play, and they barely beat Oregon State. When he played, that dude, he getting the ball 30 times a game, and he giving you 210.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Bryce Love nasty. Like, they will be the top 2 running backs that go in the draft this year.
Oh, ain't no question. Ain't no question about that. Now, another key game. South Carolina going to Georgia. South Carolina won 6 games.
Yeah.
They won 6 games. You got to keep your eye on that
Georgia
kind of game.
ain't invincible. They still playing a freshman quarterback in Fromm.
Right. And you don't know. It can be that one game where you get cracked.
And Georgia is Georgia be good for blowing a game that they shouldn't.
Right.
But but like I say, that's another one that's gonna have to play out because they still got to play Auburn. They still got to play Georgia Tech. You know, triple option. I think they still got to. I think on their side, that's about it. I don't know who their other crossover game is.
Well, you still call them crossover games?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
Sound like you playing
PSL,
Operation Friendship.
Yeah, that's Operation Friendship game this weekend at UAD.
Right,
gonna be there. Got Central versus Catholic Central.
So now another good game, I would say. Well, like you said that Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, in Stillwater. So. And I like Oklahoma State's quarterback.
I do. Mason Rudolph
is
Baker,
nice. He's got that fire in him.
That should be a high scoring game because Baker Mayfield for Oklahoma.
He could throw that.
Thing. Yeah. But people hate him.
Why though?
Because he mad cocky. He be talking mad. I ain't got no problem.
Hey, talk your trash, kid.
I know. Yeah, talk your shit.
Now VTech is going down to Miami.
That's gonna be a tough game.
7-1 against 7-0.
That's gonna be the game.
7:00 game. That's the game to watch.
That's going to be the game.
That's the one. And then you got, at the same time, LSU, Alabama. LSU won 6 games. They're going into Alabama.
LSU can't throw the ball.
They can't throw the ball, but man.
I'm about to go out there and prove a point. The voters did what Bama wanted them to do.
What was that?
Put us at number 2. Now we got to. Now we have a carrot in front of us. So now we got to come out here and start smashing fools. Because
they're good for that.
Y'all must have forgot.
They're good. Not the Roy Jones one hit track. They good for that. But LSU, they come to play when they play Alabama though. Anytime, pretty much every time.
It's gonna be a good game. But I think
Alabama's just better. There's no doubt about that. But they gonna come to play. It's gonna be telling in the first. I'll say in the first quarter that whether or not they go run out of gas. If they don't make mistakes, they'll be fine, and that's really hard to do first and foremost because Alabama will once they capitalize. They're a great team. Once they capitalize off 1 or 2 things that you did wrong, and then the wheels can fall off fast, and they don't let up. So and they playing in Alabama, so there you go. The rest of it is kind of as far as top 25 teams, you got Oregon hosting Washington. Washington hosting Oregon, but it's a rivalry game. You got Arizona and USC, which is going to be a really good game, too. That's a 9:45 p.m. game.
What you say?
Arizona and SC.
That should be good.
Arizona
top 25 team.
It's going to be good for ball purposes.
Hold up. Yeah, you know what? People do need to watch that game. Give me 1 second. I need to see Duke name.
And before you go too far into that, I forgot to mention the Dream Killers. Iowa State, they going into West Virginia, but they gonna move if they just need to win.
Just keep winning.
They just need to win, and I'm not talking about top 4, but they just need to win for one of these highly rated bowl games. That's what I want to see them do.
All right, Simp Nugget, Pac-12 after dark, thing. People, if you're watching Arizona and USC this weekend, keep a watch for Arizona's quarterback, Khalil Tate. That's all I'm gonna say. He nice.
Okay. That's dope. Okay, Khalil Tate. Arizona QB.
Yep.
Yeah, my cousin just chimed in. He said, QB from Arizona is nice. Okay. That's good to hear. because the QBs in the league suck ass. So to hear about one like that, along with the Baker Mayfields and all that,
don't do that. Don't go. Don't do the college league thing.
You have to.
No, don't. Let him play what he play right now, and let that.
Right. Well, here's the thing. I'm not enjoying watching these bums play. So why not enjoy this kid?
No,
I ain't saying he's gonna be a good pro.
That's what I'm saying. Don't even put the pro part on that, because he's running Rich Rod's office, so it's that run pass.
Oh yeah.
So you got a lot of that.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm saying don't put that pro thing out there even on that, because then like you're gonna see it with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, Louisville is gonna have him as a runner, but Lamar Jackson is now trying to show that he can throw from the pocket. So you're gonna start seeing the little changes in the game.
Yeah, he doesn't have the same highlight reel as before. But he's
also
trying to build his stock too.
And also Louisville ain't as good this year.
No, they're not at all. So that's dope. I want to get into the NBA though.
Let's get it.
Now, starting off pretty interesting. I mean, you got games out here where as we've already discussed it's pretty much at the end of preseason mode for the most part. They shortened up the preseason, which shortened up camps. Which, I would say camp was it was shortened up camps because they started the whole season early. So you got games floating around in here. We got Detroit
started the season earlier.
Golden
that way you can
State.
stretch games out. That way they don't have as many back-to-backs and so many of these long road trips, because the players are complaining about, man, we better play back-to-back. So they're trying to alleviate that. They're trying to keep it so that you don't have a bunch of players sitting when they got national TV games, which I understand that. I'd be pissed too if you you got a major matchup, LeBron coming to your city for one time because it's on the West, and LeBron, Kevin Love, and this person, they ain't playing. Coaches, they need rest.
Now, couple of weird games in the scene where you got Detroit beating Golden State, you got Philly beating the Rockets. Philly got a young, talented team, so don't get it twisted. But this is the Rockets, though. The Rockets got one of the better teams in all of the NBA, on paper and in talent.
Cleveland losing 4 in a row.
Cleveland losing 4 in a row.
Right now.
Okay. Lost to the Pacers tonight.
Yeah.
The Pacers. You know who the top player on the Pacers is? Victor Oladipo. You know what? That's not what you're really looking for in your team. But I ain't taking nothing for Victor. Victor is a great second, third option. He's a great third option, a good second option. He's not preferably
Pacers
your first option.
Pacers won 3 in a row.
Pacers won 3 in a row. That's about what they would do in the preseason. It makes sense. These teams go get going in real life in a minute, and I think it's going to be lights out for a lot of those type of teams.
Cleveland got some problems.
Period. It's personnel issues. They can't figure out the rotation.
Cleveland got some problems.
Moving Kyrie for injured IT, and I will say injured, they got to fight through this, allow IT to get back, and then we'll see Cleveland.
I don't think IT is not going to be what he was in Boston, because he's not going to have the ball in his hand.
He is not going to have the ball in his hand. And he's going to be half of that production.
Right, because LeBron is your damn point guard.
He is your point everything.
Right.
So, yeah, LeBron easily.
I'm cool with it, though.
The best all-around player in the NBA history, period. Best all-around player ever in the league.
Ain't got to argue.
In the world. No, none of that's argued. But he is not a put my team on my back and score 40 a night guy.
No, because they going to need him to score 40, grab 12 rebounds, and throw 10 assists.
And if you don't think that man doesn't get tired, you're crazy as hell, dog. That's a lot.
You see it in the playoffs. When LeBron comes out of the game, the offense loses everything. They fall apart.
No flow.
LeBron be out there dead tired by the fourth quarter, dog. And I ain't gonna never knock him because he leave it all on the floor. LeBron be about to pass out.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's trying to do everything. He trying to play defense. He trying to do this. He trying to do that. Once again,
my cousin just chimed in. She said if IT can't play the 2, he won't be as effective on the Cavs. Yeah, and that's just a fact. That's the same thing we were saying. Like he's better off with having the ball in his hand, but he's not gonna have the ball in his hand.
He got to have the ball in his hand because he got to dictate the offense.
The only thing that'll be his saving grace production wise is when LeBron goes out, they won't necessarily miss a beat. And we're just talking about IT just matching it up from a skill set perspective. He comes off good from the injury. Yeah. When he goes into that second unit, because he doesn't always need to be on the court with LeBron to the fourth, to be honest with you. And really like 5 minutes left in the fourth.
D-Wade washed.
D-Wade is pretty much washed. But even like a D-Wade IT type of setup, you know what I mean?
Derrick Rose washed.
Derrick Rose got some production left in him. I'm a Rose fan, so leave me alone.
I understand too. I watch old Rose YouTube highlights all the
time. Right. I'm just a D Rose fan.
Wash now.
D Rose still go anywhere, put up 15 to 18 tonight. Anywhere in the NBA.
But D Rose giving me 15, gonna still possibly give me an L.
D Rose, but that's 15. No, it's bigger problems that gave you that L. We're talking about Cleveland.
That's true.
Because I mean, you know, we don't have to go too deep into that, but you know, him in New York, he produced the whole time in New York, and it was not a problem. New York sucked. They were terrible from the front office down to probably the popcorn guy. They were terrible. But in Cleveland, they got to figure out rotations again, the personnel changes, they added pieces. They don't know how these people go play.
Dude, they got Kevin Love playing center.
And that's horrible. Why is Tristan Thompson not playing center?
Good question.
That just doesn't make sense. So they're trying to figure stuff out. But again, that's what you would do in preseason, is figure shit out like this when you got new pieces. And then you can say, all right, we got something to start with. They just throwing it out there. So nonetheless,
hey man, they starting point is the same as everybody else who started. And
well, yes and no.
6-2. Boston 6-2 and lost their second best player.
That's true.
5 minutes into the season.
What I would say, not too much into the Boston thing, but what I would say, the younger teams that just can run, they're gonna come out a little hotter. I think just over the course, you still got a scheme. You got to have a game plan that's gonna last for the next 78 games, 76 games. How many games you got left in some cases? You gotta have a full plan. Hell, Timberwolves, they've been playing together, but they got youth and they got some experience out of like a Jimmy Butler that can keep them poised through a game.
I mean, it's still
and they tied up in the
first
fourth.
2 weeks of the season.
They tied up against the Pelicans in the fourth.
I mean, most of these teams are hella. They're all kind of average and
we're about to see that. We're about to see that transition for the younger players.
You're gonna start seeing teams kind of separate themselves as the season goes along. Like you got a bunch of 5-3s, 4-3s, 3-5s. You know, you got a couple of things like Boston, Orlando, Toronto. They all got 2 losses, but like I said, you'll see. I think Orlando will come back to reality.
Suns beat the Wizards tonight, 122-116. Yeah. Damn, Earl. Earl Washington, you couldn't get them to do that, dog.
No.
But it's funny because the Wizards are supposed to be a top tier East team, and they lose to a team that got blew out by a total of 90 points in 2 games, pretty much out of the Suns. So
damn, Philly won.
Philly, like I said, Philly young. They playing with house money.
See, this is the thing. I semi-like Philly.
I still think it's fool's gold, but
I kind of like Philly. But my homeboy a Philly fan, and in the group me is you know how that go. Chicago, I'm willing to say Chicago might have the worst roster in the NBA this year.
I'm gonna ride with you on that.
They may have the worst roster in the NBA.
Some kid with Phoenix, T.J. Warren put up 40 points tonight. Yeesh. I don't know who T.J. Warren is. I need to pay attention. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Chicago's got the worst roster. I mean, their star player is probably Denzel Valentine.
Got a North Carolina State.
Yeah, their star player is probably it's Denzel Valentine on the Bulls.
Chicago.
That's their marquee player, dog. It is. I like Denzel.
Washington.
That's their marquee
Denzel
player.
Valentine.
Who else is it? Holiday? One of the Holiday brothers?
I would say, well, what's the name? He ain't
Justin
back.
Holiday.
He ain't back yet. It's gonna be Zach LaVine.
K. Felder will play for the Bulls now.
Yeah, he got when they made that trade with for
Atlanta.
D-Wade. No. They made a trade with Atlanta, right first couple games of the season, and then they released K. Felder and K. Felder. They traded K. Felder and Richard Jefferson. And
That's
then they
right.
released. Then
Richard
they both
Jefferson.
got released.
Yeah, that was actually a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see what what Dunn should be.
I know.
Because Chris Dunn got the potential.
Yeah, he does. Everybody saw
potential.
that. Yeah.
And well, he knew it wasn't gonna happen in Minnesota because it just wasn't. Because they're trying to blend experience and youth. So you gotta go. He went Zach LaVine. LaVine is just hurt, like I said. I think when it's all said and done, LaVine and Dunn will be their two best players.
Yeah. Throughout the course of the season.
That's what you would expect.
And then it'll be like Denzel, or it'll be what's the other kid's name? Mark or something.
Luke Markkinen.
Markkinen, there you go.
You know it ain't gonna be Bobby Portis. He out there snuffing his own teammates.
It's not definitely going to be Bobby Portis. That's funny as hell.
Snuffed him.
He remind me of one of them characters off, what was the Eddie Murphy claymation show?
The PJs?
He remind me of one of the crackhead off the PJs.
Hey, super.
Yeah, that's what Bobby Portis. I ain't trying to knock him, but if you put a red cap on him and cock to the side, he going to look like that crackhead, dog. At any rate, and another team that's just kind of interesting to me without CP3 is, of course, the Clippers. It just allows like a wide open court for Blake. Blake can push it. Blake do a lot of ISO. It's not going to last all season. It's just fun to see Blake be Blake a little bit, but they need a guy that's going to control the tempo. You know what I mean? Even if it's about him getting the ball, but there's a way you do that, and it's not with him bringing the ball up the court. I don't know how that's going to translate. I don't see Austin Rivers being that guy. Do they try to go get Bledsoe? Bledsoe is that kind of point guard. He can score when you need him to score, but he's not an overbearing point or a controlling point like Bledsoe, a CP3.
Put Beverly back on the bench.
And Beverly is going to do what he's going to do regardless. That's the beauty of Beverly. Beverly is going to lock up. He can hit an open shot. He's going to push the tempo. He's going to do a lot of things that you want a point guard to do. I don't see him as a starting point guard, but that's not a bad thing. That's just like we got a great start backup QB. That's not bad, especially if they could come in and actually produce. But he's beyond that. He's a six man. They lost Crawford. Crawford's up in Minnesota with the young boys. Him and Butler are the elders of the squad.
And
but
Tariq Gibson.
Taj Gibson. Yeah, and Taj Gibson's up there. But they need a six man. Pat Beverly need to be that six man. However, they can maybe go get a Bledsoe. Bledsoe apparently don't want to be in Phoenix.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? So they need to figure out a way to go get him. I know Coach Rivers don't want to lose his child, but you might have to put your child on the table to go get a guy like a Bledsoe that can help you really win. Think about that, dog. They need to consider that. And then and I'm sure Phoenix wouldn't be upset about that. They got their top scorer. They got a rebounder, even though he old, and Tyson Chandler. It's funny to say Tyson Chandler old. That means we're getting there, or we are there. In basketball years, we're old.
He old. He got drafted in like 03.
Might have been earlier than that, dog.
Maybe.
So they got a Tyson Chandler in the rebound. Apparently, they got another kid named T.J. Warren that can score. But Eric Bledsoe not being there is not going to hurt Phoenix. Him being in the scheme,
not even playing right now.
Right, him being in the scheme like a LA Clipper type of setting. Didn't he play for them already?
Bledsoe might have.
So, but again, he can start. He can do a lot of great things. He needs to be in a place like that. So that's my whole point to that. What you just saw.
Tyson Chandler got drafted in 01. We was still in Dan Western when he got drafted.
Yes, we were. Him and Eddie Curry had a reality show.
No, he didn't have one. Eddie Curry had. Curry.
They were both on it.
No, he wasn't. Tyson Chandler from Cali. You talking about?
Wait. Let me scale it back. But he was featured on a lot of ESPN stuff.
Yeah, the Eddie Curry joint. That was a Fox thing.
Out of Dominguez Hills.
Right. No, the Eddie Curry joint. That was
ESPN.
Chicago. No, it wasn't. It was Fox Sports.
That was Fox.
It was Fox. Yeah, we used to sit there and watch that shit at like 3 a.m. all the time because it was Chicago Preps. It was him. They highlighted Eddie Curry, Sean Dockery, Luther Head, Cappy Pondexter from the WNBA, kid named Jay Strait that played at Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
The other boy, some dude named Najib. He went to Missouri for a year, but then he went somewhere else. I think like Illy State. And it was like one other cat. But yeah, it was a bunch. It was Day Little New York, Day Little Chicago dudes that was out
yeah,
there.
Definitely
Which ended up
Chicago,
it was crazy because Luther Head ended up being the best one out of all of them. But he wasn't one of the highlights on the show. But he ended up being
the far best and actually contributed to that Houston squad.
Yeah, man.
When Yao Ming was there, Luther Head had game.
Had some hops.
He had hops. He had game to me. He just had straight game. Yeah, damn, Luther Head, man. What the hell is he at right now? So, like I said, man, I look at that whole thing. It's just mad interesting with the whole Bledsoe thing, but I really think he will fit really well with the Clippers because they're going to need a point guard, man. It's cute to see Blake, like I said, go out there and kind of play rec ball. That's fun, dog, but this ain't 82 games?
Yeah, you ain't going to get that all season.
Nah, bruh. This is not an 82-game thing. Get the ball out his damn hand. Austin Rivers is a good shooter.
Man, can we trade Reggie to Phoenix for Bledsoe?
Reggie ain't that kind of guard. You just want to get rid of Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson ain't gonna fit well. Oh, you said in Phoenix?
Yeah.
Well, they could three-way it. They could three-way team trade it.
No, ain't three-way. Just be like, look, y'all don't want Bledsoe. We don't want this. I mean, you don't want somebody else's trash.
But you know how I be, man. A cat like that need a fresh start.
Holding out.
He need a fresh start. They holding out. See what they can get.
To see what Cleveland
they gonna make their calls. Oh, you think Cleveland's gonna be in the mix?
Yeah, because LeBron,
it's about his time to play GM.
Yeah, plus Bledsoe is managed by Rich Paul.
Yeah, that's true.
So LeBron they already having team meetings in Cleveland.
Yeah,
LeBron's about at that moment where he gonna need a playmaker.
Yeah,
so I need to go get Bledsoe. And we need to find a way to go get Boogie.
That, because Boogie only did a year?
He only got a year left.
My man Q, he down in Houston, Steelers fan also and pretty much everything else Boston. He said the Cavs suck ass right now. They do.
They do.
They do. It's pretty clear. They just like straight raccoon ass. They terrible. So, but yeah, the Bledsoe thing, he's going to start getting shopped around soon enough, but Phoenix front office, they need to make a move. I won't say fast, but they need to make a move. I know they're trying to let their other players kind of get a feel for the first start of the season, but they need to figure something out. But they're gonna have to get Bledsoe moved somewhere, and it might be hey, we'll take D Rose, Phoenix might take that. They might.
They won't. They couldn't because they ain't gonna be able to make the money work. They money ain't not gonna work out.
They paying Bledsoe too much.
Yeah, well but Bledsoe the young in his career, D Rose injured goods. So
right.
The money trying to make that trade, you're gonna have to throw in some other stuff.
Rose
and Cleveland don't have no draft picks. Because they got rid of so much stuff trying to,
shuffle around anyway. Yeah, draft picks were a part of the Kyrie deal, wasn't it? At least one or two.
They got Boston's that New Jersey, that Brooklyn pick that was so coveted went to Cleveland in the Kyrie trade.
But still, though, that's about all they got.
But at this point, even with that, because Brooklyn ain't. What is Brooklyn right now?
What do you mean, record wise?
Yeah, Brooklyn's 3-5, but people expect that pick Brooklyn to be trash, so that pick ends up being a top 3 pick.
Right.
But say Brooklyn finishes middle of the pack, then that was a super great trade because if Brooklyn finishes middle of the pack in the league, then that pick you picking at about what 13, 14?
Yeah,
are you really getting a playmaker at that? No,
nah, not at all. You'd be lucky if the dude be there in 2-3 years.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we're getting ready to close out the show, man. But for the most part, the NBA is still in preseason mode, man. I'm not really like super excited about teams like even my Pistons being 5-3.
Holla at me at Christmas.
Holla at me Thanksgiving.
No.
Holla at me Thanksgiving. When you see teams really playing.
Thanksgiving, I'm still watching.
It's Christmas.
Football.
It's Christmas for you.
I'm still watching football on Thanksgiving. Christmas is when basketball takes over because then at that point I'm in the college bowl games and all of that, so basketball becomes more of a priority.
College basketball is about to start. Oh my damn!
And top 3 teams
got to be next week.
It is.
Yeah, it's got to be next week.
And I think Duke and Michigan State play.
Oh,
Duke, number 1, Michigan State, number 2, Arizona 3, Kansas 4, Kentucky 5.
Damn. It's going to be a busy week.
Damn Blue Bloods.
It's going to be a busy week. Damn.
Yeah, so
the Great Alaskan Shootout.
Maui Invitational. Down in Bahamas.
What do they call the Atlantis tournament?
Whatever. It's
the Great Atlantis Shootout. Shit, I don't know.
Something. Only thing I don't like about the Atlantis is one, the channel that comes on all the time. I don't,
True TV?
I think it's True TV. It comes on like CXS or something. It's some other random channel. Plus, it's dark. Like their game is always really dark.
It's dark as hell.
Because
it's a terrible gym.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
It's a terrible gym.
But you probably going to have a game on the aircraft carrier this year. You know, you got the
need to get back to that.
The rotational games between State, Duke, Kansas, and Kentucky. They get their little.
Fact. Yeah.
So, yeah, this year is Duke and Michigan State. Like I said, Great Alaskan Shootout, Maui, the 2K joint, Coaches versus Cancer.
Definitely the 2K joint.
The early
Are they doing
NIT.
ACC Big Ten Challenge this year?
Yeah, they are. And then the early NIT joint that'll be out in New York. So.
It's about to go down, man. You got to jump on it quick because it's going to die out fast. And it's going to be New Jersey Institute of Technology against Duke or some shit. So you get these games next week, everybody.
Them early games, take advantage.
Jump on them, stay up late, and get on it quick.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna have the where ESPN do 24
hours of hoops.
Game coming
That's
on
what
at
Q
3
was talking
a.m.
about. He said, "I'm watching it all."
Yeah, I can't
doggy.
wait, baby. I can't wait. Game start Friday, November 10th. That's when it gets rocking.
Oh man, I can't wait.
That's when it gets rocking.
The calm before the basketball storm. That's when it's really gonna kick in for me. I mean, granted, I know college football is coming to a close and it's about to get really interesting. But to mix all that, and then the NBA start hitting its stride.
Start getting my big Monday,
NFL
my
playoff picture is
Tuesday.
about to get rounded up. It's gonna be going down, man. So it's gonna be straight. What's the score?
Oh, my bad, B.
What up, Vernon? We just talking about your Spartans, man.
I wasn't. 5-zip, bottom of the fifth.
5-zip, bottom of the fifth?
Yep, this is a slow moving game.
This is a slow moving 2 innings right
I'll
there.
probably get home before the game in.
Easily. My man Mike, MZ Studios, about to get ready to take us out. Ain't no telling what Sim we got cooking in the back. Oh, should have known. Red Man. One of my favorite songs of all time, instrumental hitters with the Red Man. Tonight's the Night. Literally one of the greatest hip hop songs ever, dog. I'm sorry.
I love this beat, dog.
Scalper Sports Report, man. We talked all we could talk tonight. We ran it down to the wire, NFL, baseball, World Series, everything, man. Get some Red Man in your life tonight. I know I will. Scalpers, we out.
Holla.